welcome to the Apothecary. Today we're going to do buttercream flowers, which it's really important to have a good color palette. Today we're going with kind of a modern fall color palette, and that's what's going to make our buttercream flowers pop and stand out, because colors can really make your buttercream flowers dated or they can make them really modern. And so this is going to be a really cool modern fall color palette. You'll need some couplers because we're going to be doing a lot of different colors today. You'll need some piping tips, a bunch of little parchment paper squares to put your buttercream flowers on, and you'll need some piping bags, some good sturdy piping bags. Now we're going to get all of our colors and all of our buttercream mixed together. We're going to use 6 different bowls for 6 different colors, and then we're going to get it in our piping bags, and I'll show you how to do some cool succulents and other really cool flowers. Note to self, be careful when you're adding the concentrated food coloring, because this stuff is pretty concentrated, and especially when you're adding it only to this much buttercream, it gets pretty bright really fast. So I might need to use some white to kind of tone this peach down to get it the color that I want it to be. That's okay. Ooh, that's a pretty green. It's like a jade, like emerald green. It's beautiful. I'm really liking how they're all looking together once I get them spread out. That's why I like to kind of put them next to each other. I think I want some maroon. Let's try the purple. Okay, I like it. I'm going to tone it down with some maroon, and then maybe brighten it up a little bit with a little bit more purple. Playing with colors is fun. I'm going to add a little bit more. That's kind of a lot. It's going to be pretty vibrant, guys. Oh man. Let's see what it looks like with the other colors. Oh my gosh, I love it. What did we not do? Oh, the electric green. Okay. Guys, that's the avocado. See if we can fix it. I fixed it, and it's good because I like the avocado kind of tones down the electric green. I like it. Oh, that looks so good. Perfect. I think we need some pink too. I'm feeling like we need some pink. I'll get some pink. Guys, I had fuchsia and I didn't even know this is gonna look good. Don't lick your fingers. It's so gross. Never lick my fingers. Oh, shoot. I mean, sometimes I do. I love it, actually. A nice muted pastel-y pink, but it still has kind of the purple hues that I'm using here. So actually, I really love it. It's not, I just put a tiny bit of coloring in, so it made like the perfect shade. I love it when that happens. It's so great when that happens. Sometimes cakes stress me out, so I love it when stuff goes right. I mean, normal people don't get stressed out by like things like colors and shades, but I'm not normal, guys. Got like an electric purple, and I mixed a little bit of burgundy in with that. Here we've got avocado, seriously one of my favorite greens. Here we have an electric green, which is another one of my favorites. I wouldn't think it would have been because it's so bright, but it really adds that pop your flowers and makes them really modern. This is this really cool like emerald jade color. I think it's called forest green. Here's my ivory, here's my pretty peach, and then here is a fuchsia, but I did it really light, just like seriously barely even a drop, and then that made that really pretty pink color to complement my electric purple over here. It's gonna look so cool. Okay, now so for these bigger tips that I'll be using, I'm gonna use like a 16-inch bag because it's just gonna hold more, and it holds these larger tips in there. So if you're using a large tip, get a large bag. Typically I'll just use like a 12-inch, and that's fine for normal little tips and for kind of fine work that I'll be doing a little bit later, so I might even cut them off. But for the big tips, big bags, 16-inch. Oh, the kids took my scissors. Alice, honey, I need my scissors. To get colors that are kind of mixed together, or we have just like a highlight of one color. We're going to use some plastic wrap. So let's do our ivory. You're going to make a rectangle. If I want to pull this way, I put my hand on this side. If I want to pull this way, I switch and put my hand on this side. Then you're going to lay your highlight color. We're going to use that light fuchsia. We're going to run it down the center. Then what you're going to do, now that that's in the center, we want to kind of fold it over, fold it in half, and kind of seal that. And there you have your color on the outside and your highlight colors on the inside. We're going to go ahead and fill our mixed icing in this bag here. And I'll show you how. Now I'm going to fill my piping bag with some of my colors. Okay, we just kind of see where it will lay, give it a click, push it back down, and then snip it. There you go. This one we're going to use our avocado green. And I'm just going to fold the bag over my hand like this, and then hold my hand open and push that buttercream down. I mentioned I love this color, and heck, we're just going to put all of it in here. Because it has the coupler, so we can change the tips. We're going to put a tip on here. I'm going to use the Walton 12 tip. And now we're going to make our succulents for the cake. So you get a piece of parchment paper. That stays on. You're going to make a big center here. And then for the succulent, you're going to use, let's see, a Walton 12 tip. And you're going to start at the base and work your way up. So you squeeze, squeeze, pull, squeeze, squeeze, pull. One spike in the center. And there's your little succulent. Next one, we're going to make a different kind of succulent. We're going to make like a kind of a thistle. So I'm going to do the same thing I did, but more of like a round shape, not so pointed. And I'm going to change my tip. I'm going to use a number 5 round tip. I'm going to do little ones, just the same, but it's going to be like a little thistle, a little mini one. This is a labor of love. This one takes just a little bit of time. I'm just going to put little dots with just a little spike at the end. I'm not touching the buttercream. I'm not touching this with my piping tip. I stay a little bit further away from it and I just squeeze onto it and then give it a big squeeze, and that kind of helps it build on the base there. Yeah, a pretty little thistle. Oh my gosh, I love that one so much. This is one of my favorites. Takes forever, your hand kills you afterwards, but this is one of my favorites. Okay, we're gonna start with like a ranunculus. So you're actually gonna make a pretty wide base with your Walton 12 tips. Then I'm going to choose my hunter green, or I like to call it my emerald green, and put a little, maybe number 4 tip on there. I'm just going to make some little stamen. Now that your base is done, take your 125 tip, the large rose tip, and simply hold it straight up and down. Squeeze as you spin, 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 and just keep spinning and spinning. And you can go as big as you want. You can do as many layers as you want. And there is your ranunculus. All right, we're going to try to do the mum. I'm going to take my base color, just do a swipe of buttercream there. Parchment paper. Then I'm going to add my kind of fat, low base here. Just squeeze out, squeeze out, squeeze out. Then I'm going to take my flower color. It's my Walton 81. And you're going to squeeze hard, make sure your buttercream is stiff, otherwise you'll get lots of little peaks. Then I'm going to take my cute little peach color and just do little tiny dots all around the edge here. Squeeze hard, stop squeezing, and pull away. There you go, cute little mum. For your rose, you take your flower now, put some buttercream on to hold the parchment paper in place. Then you're going to take your Wilton 12 tip and you're going to squeeze, 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 build up quite a large base. I'm going to use a large rose tip, a very large one, the 125 that were used for the ranunculus. We're going to make kind of a closed bud. So you're going to take it again with the fat side down and you're going to kind of do sweeping rainbows, like little shawls over this guy. And then you're going to do more rainbows. Just kind of keep piling them up. And you can leave it as a bud, or you can just keep going until your rose is as big as you want it.